Hey family. Good morning and welcome to a very special episode of Confessions of a Founder Over 50. I'm Nyla Ali, the owner of Homegirls Hummus, and this is the first episode that I'm recording, but it's not the first episode that you're gonna see, okay? I'm still working things out. I'm actually not even in Chicago where I'm based. I am in Atlanta. I just got through doing a pitch competition yesterday, and it was an amazing experience. So listen, let me tell you something. Let me say this up front. This series is not about perfection, as I've told you before. It's not about perfection. It's about purpose. We talk about the things that founders experience that most people don't even say out loud. I, for one, love hearing the stories of a founder, right? I love to know the journey. I love to know the ups and the downs, especially the downs, because those are the things that inspire me to keep going. Like a lot of times when you look at people and you're like, oh, their life is so wonderful, it's so grand, it's so perfect, I could never. And it's just like, you could absolutely. Don't give up. If you keep going and don't give up, you could absolutely. So don't ever think I could never. So this morning I am in Atlanta in a hotel. I'm in one of my favorite hotels in Atlanta. And it has been a heck of a week. So much is going on in the world. So much is going on with my business. So much is going on in life. And regardless of all of that, you got to keep pushing. So let me tell you all about this weekend. First of all, I'm a part of an organization called the Boss Network, headed by Dr. Kamika Smith, which is an amazing organization. She created it to support Black women founders, because we don't get the traditional support that other founders get. And I won a grant through this organization, I think it was in 2024. And then, we won, is a number of us in the cohort, we won grants. I think there were 20 of us in each cohort that won grants. And then this last year was the final cohort where everybody through all the cohorts, I think there were 5 of them, had an opportunity to join this final big cohort and then qualify to win a $25,000 grant. So the grants that we won in the past were like $10,000 grants, which is a substantial amount of money for a business owner, for a person. Although you guys sometimes think, oh, $10,000, that's a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. It goes quickly. And honestly, if you tally up your bills, 2 months, 3 months, gone. And if you got a lavish lifestyle, 1 month, gone. Anyway, so being a part of the Boss Network has been so impactful. I have been exposed to superb education, and I have been exposed to other Black women founders that just inspire me to go even further. So, there were 10 of us selected after we went through a year of training. The final 10 of us were selected to come to Atlanta from wherever we lived across the country and do this pitch competition to qualify to win $25,000. And it was very intense. Although from the outside, from the people who are pulling it together, the Boss Network, the founder, the educators, for the classes, even the organization that is funding Sage, based in Atlanta, everybody was so great, everybody was so kind, everybody was so nice, everybody was so warm. They created a beautiful space for us yesterday. Sage has an amazing facility for their clients, the people who they help with funding and all of that. Beautiful space in Atlanta, co-working space, like they help with investments and all of that. I got to tour the space, it was amazing. But they were so warm, they were so welcoming. They have a barista on site every day till 3 o'clock, like in their offices. You could just go down to the, downstairs and order whatever your favorite complicated coffee drink is, and they're giving it to you with a smile. Amazing. It's some of the things I miss about working in corporate, but some of the things that I will take into my new experience. And, it was just warm, it was welcoming, it was beautiful, all the things. A lot of us were so stressed out because of preparing for this competition and pitching and all of that. And, we knew it could only be one winner out of the 10 of us. But the way we were able to come together and just have such an amazing time and get to know each other and support each other and just get to know more about each other's businesses was amazing. So I didn't win, okay? Just putting it out there, I didn't win. But I think me and all the other contestants can all agree that the young lady who won was dynamic. And what I learned from watching her pitch was absolutely phenomenal. I was like, okay. So it was so crazy. So it was like 10 of us who had to do our pitch. We would all go in a room. The other ones would be waiting. We would go in a room. We would do our pitch, and either we could sit down or go back in the room with everybody else. When I tell you the amount of support, like I was bringing in samples of my product and setting up a table, and the other ladies were helping me carry the bowls of hummus and all of this. It just makes me want to cry because I love how Black women show up for each other. I can only speak as a Black woman and a founder over 50, and they were all ages there. But I love how we show up for each other and support each other. Like some people will be thinking, oh, this is my competition. No, only one of us gonna win. Whoever wins, God bless them and good luck. And we so happy for you. But also, sis, I wanna see you do well, regardless of if you win or not. Let me help you take this hummus in here. Let me help you carry your easel in here. Let me do all the things. And I was just so floored by that. So that's one of those lessons in life where you really gotta just sit back and be like, man, only one of us gonna win. It may be me, it may not be me. But in the meantime, I'm gonna make sure that I do whatever I need to do to help the next person shine. And I was able to connect with so many other business owners yesterday on such a personal level, really get to know them, really get to know their stories. But the young lady who won, she was dynamic. She knew her numbers. She hit all the points that they required of her. And really, she is really walking in her purpose. Her backstory is wonderful. And I'm just elated for her. Okay, there was 10 of us who were pitching, and then they were gonna get down to the final 3 who got to, do another pitch. So the first pitches were 2-minute pitches, right? And if you ever watch Shark Tank, it's a really great show to learn how to pitch. I gotta get there, cause my mind, okay? So first, each of us had 2-minute pitches, and then the final 3 had a 1-minute pitch. So we all got to come in the room and watch the 1-minute pitches. That young lady, she killed it. She's a military background. And when I say discipline, baby. She was so good. And I was blown away. But the ones of us who were not picked for the top 3, you could audibly hear everybody's shoulders go. Because the pressure was off, right? The pressure was off. It was like not one more thing to have to worry about. It was like, okay, I ain't make it to that one. It's okay. And now let me sit back and root on my sister and cheer for her and be like, okay, I ain't win, but I want you to win, sis, whoever among us. Because the top 3, they were phenomenal. But there could only be one winner. And we all were so excited and supportive and just really impressed by this young lady and what she brought to the table. So it was a really, really a great weekend. After that, we all went to a little speakeasy and, had cocktails and really got to reconnect some more. And then some of us went to the food hall afterward and really got to connect some more. I was making videos for my Instagram, every step of the way, in the stories, I was doing all the things to let people know, leading up to this pitch, here's what's happening. And even after the pitch, here's what it was. And so I think that we need to learn how to be gracious winners because every turn is not going to be your turn. And you got to be okay with that. Every turn is not going to be your turn. Right now, I am, for all intents and purposes, like spazzing out because there are so many needs that I have for my business and for my life that I'm still trying to figure out. But I'm here in Atlanta and I go back to reality tonight. And tomorrow I jump in with both feet and I work my butt off because things need to happen. And I have to make sure that as a leader, as a founder, that I'm doing everything within my power to make those things happen. But before I get into all of that, I'm surrendering the process to God. Because at the end of the day, He got the plan. He knows the plan. He's ordering my steps. He is orchestrating the plan. But I'm like, God, give me wisdom. Give me strategy. Help me to do the things that I need to do so that I can be successful. This is one of the most challenging experiences of my life as a founder this season. But it's going to be okay. And I have to know that, because if I don't know that, who going to know it? Like, let's be honest, as founders, we are taught to chase revenue, visibility, growth, all those things. Sometimes you ain't got none of that. Sometimes you are stuck. But like, as a founder, that's what your superpower is. The ability to keep going even when it looks like you're at a standstill, and keep believing in the vision so much that you will not give up. Whew. When you have been given a gift to create, to produce, to have an idea that you want to take and present to the world, it is not easy. It is not easy. You see what my sweatshirt says? It says, entrepreneur, trust the process. Because sometimes trusting the process is all you got. And you got to keep a smile on your face, and you got to keep laughing, and you got to stay on your knees, baby. And you got to stay in a place of surrender, because it's the only way that you're going to win. Sometimes the revenue is not there. Sometimes the visibility is fleeting. Like, how many times have you posted something on social media and was like, oh, that's the one? Or you've gotten an endorsement from somebody who has high visibility and you like, oh, this the one right here. Now everything about to change. And everything stays the same. And everything stays the same. Because sometimes it's not your turn. And that's okay. Because one day your turn is going to come. And even with competitions and things like that, it's like, man, I really want to win this thing. There's so much that I could do with that grant money. But at the end of the day, it's not for you to win. It's not your turn. And what you have to know is, even though the blessing doesn't come this way, that doesn't mean that the blessing is not going to come. The blessing is going to come in a different way. It's going to come from somewhere else. God is going to make sure that what's for me does not pass me by. But it doesn't mean that it's always going to happen the way I think it's going to happen. And you can make yourself sick. You can cry, you can pray, you can fast, you can do all those things. And yet the way that you want the blessing to come may not be the way for you. But it doesn't mean that the blessing is not coming. It just means that today is not your turn. One of my favorite podcasters, some people think she's controversial. I just think she is who she is. And one thing about me is, when I love somebody, when I rock with you, I'm able to see the totality of a person. So yeah, somebody may be problematic in one way, or may have ideas that I question in another way, or whatever. And I'm not saying anything of these things that are true about that person. I just know that some people don't rock with her for whatever reason. I don't care. I enjoy her podcast. I listen. I get information. She gives me enough to go and research and all these things. But she quotes The Wire a lot. And one of the things that she says, I think she got it from The Wire, is stop giving a blank when it's not your turn. And you can take that and run with it in so many ways. And it's not even to say, don't like be a person who says, well, I don't care. But don't be so invested in this moment, right? That you miss the other moments that are for you. Just because this is not for you doesn't mean that the other moments are not for you. And I just want to encourage you, like, whether you have started on your founder journey or not, whether you are working at a job that you hate or working at a job that you love, whether you are looking to get a promotion and you got passed by for that promotion, whether you were waiting on some money to come in and it has not come in yet and you were banking on that, don't be so tied to a result that you want to create, that you think is the only way that the blessing is going to come, because the blessing has so many ways to get to you. You just have to trust the process and know that the blessing is going to come. And also know that God's will is what's best for you. So it's like, God, however you want to bless me. Ooh, however you want to bless me. Oh, wait. It is the song by Anita Wilson. And it's on her Vintage Worship album. Oh, God. And she says that line, God, however you want to bless me, I will be satisfied. Because at the end of the day, we have to know that He is our biggest cheerleader. And the blessings that He has for us are much bigger than anything that we could ever imagine. And so we got to stand firm in that. Because sometimes the promise is all that you have. And you got to be okay standing in the promise and trusting the process and knowing that nothing is the end of the world. And as I said to my social media yesterday, my Instagrams, my whatever, one moment, good or bad, does not define the totality of someone's life. So if you go out for something and you don't make that, it doesn't mean that all is lost. It means that you're going to win somewhere else, because for one person to win, several other people have got to not win. And I'm not going to use the word lose. Several other people have to know that that's not the experience for them. But what's for them is going to be so amazing and so finely crafted for them. It's going to blow their minds. And so I am going to be super excited about what is going to blow my mind. And I'm not, oh my God, like I can't wait to share that with you. The thing that's going to blow my mind that God is doing for me. But I know some amazing things are coming. Some amazing days are coming. I have to trust the process. I have to believe. This is why I started this YouTube channel. This is why I started this series. Listen, it's not too late. You're not in your final days. Like, I honestly, I'll be forgetting I'm 50. Like, I feel like I'm just getting started. This is like my next chapter. And then in this chapter, I'm looking at more chapters to come. So you gotta know, this is not your final chapter. It's not too late for you to start over. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever dream that you have in your heart, it's not too late for you. And I'll tell you one of the best reasons why. You have lived enough life to know yourself, your gifts, your talents, what you have to offer, how you operate, how you maneuver, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. You've lived enough life to be able to curate a plan specifically structured for who you are and how you navigate. You are old enough and know yourself well enough to be able to create an experience in life for yourself that is going to bring you joy, that is not going to wear you out. You have spent enough days pouring into somebody else's dream. And it is now time for you to take the reins of your life and to soar. It is time for you to put it in God's hands and release control. Surrender. I make a lot of references to songs, but one of my favorite Christian artists is this young lady. She's much younger than me, but her name is Francesca Battistelli, and she has this song, Letting Go. I'm letting go of the plans I have for me and my dreams. I'm losing control. Feels like I'm falling, and that's what it's like to believe. And that song hits me on so many levels because that truly is the journey of faith. When you decide to surrender your plans, your dreams, your hopes to God, He can give you the gifts and the talents and the ideas and all the things. But what He has given to you, you have to surrender it back to Him and know that what He chooses to do with it is going to blow your mind. So yes, I'm letting go of the life I plan for me and my dreams. I'm losing control. I feel like I'm falling, and that's what it's like to believe. And if I am falling, I have to be confident enough to know that I'm falling into the arms of the person who loves me most, who can do the most for me, and who has my best interests at heart. I don't know what you believe in. I don't know your journey. I'm a Jesus girl. God, absolutely. God the Father. But honey, we cannot forget about the gift of the Son and what He did for us to make sure that we were able to live abundantly. We are joint heirs with Him. And baby, it is nothing that God won't do for you. You just gotta let go and surrender and trust the process. Okay, this is another episode of Confessions of a Founder Over 50. I hope that it inspired you. I hope that you walk away from this feeling like I'm not defeated. Just because it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out doesn't mean that it can't work out better. There is always a greater plan, bigger than the one that you can think of, that is for you. Trust God. Trust the process. Let it go. Okay? I'm Nyla O, the founder of Homegirls Hummus. This has been Confessions of a Founder Over 50. And as I said, just so you know, this is the first episode that I am recording. However, there are going to be several episodes before this episode. I have been trying to record this thing for the last month and a half and have been feeling so worn out, tired, exhausted. Sometimes you're going to see me in my living room. Sometimes you're going to see me in my shop. Sometimes you're going to see me out and about. I'm going to be everywhere. I'm going to be everywhere because I want you guys to get the full scope of what this is. Being a founder is not easy, but when I tell you, it's the most exhilarating joyride. A lot of people are afraid to start. You've been given a gift, been given a vision, and you're afraid to start. I say all the time, it's so many things that people do that they should be scared of. But the things that can benefit them and catapult them into their destiny are the things that they choose to be afraid of and not act on. Like people be not afraid of unprotected sex and not afraid of doing drugs. But when it comes to like a vision that you have for yourself, you ain't gonna do it. I'm like, if I'm gonna take a risk, if I'm gonna gamble, I'm gonna gamble on me, not on these human urges. Now, chocolate and sugar and sweets, that's a problem. I gotta work on that. But when I tell you, if you're gonna bet on something, bet on God and bet on yourself, and you will never lose. It may not always look like you think it's gonna look, but it's gonna work out for your good. I'm sorry. Yes, I wear these a lot. I love, these are my signature homegirls bracelets, and people be trying to take them up off me. Okay, y'all, I'm out of here. I gotta go get in the shower and get myself ready, pack up so I can check out of this hotel. Have an amazing day. I love you guys so much, and I want you to win, and I want you to be great. The win is coming. Just because you don't know where it's coming from doesn't mean it's not coming. Oh, it's coming, and it's for you. Bye-bye.